MASA. MASA.
Okay.
All right, you ready, bro?
I'm ready, bro.
Sheesh.
Ready, bro.
Hey, this is Rob G from MASA for the Raza. I got...
Bam, bam. Oh, my Jotaeffectus in the house.
We were doing a microfono.
Check.
Doing a nice little checkup right here. We're going to go straight forward to your new album, right?
Yeah, it's an album.
I'm still learning all that stuff, albums. Remember we were talking about LPs and all that.
Uh-huh.
If you want to know more about Jotaeffectus, if you want to listen to him about how he came up, we were talking about Salinas. There's a previous podcast we got on the YouTube channel on MASA for the Raza. You can hear all about him, how he's from Oaxaca to Watsonville to Salinas, and showing much love to Salinas, and even just showing how you're pushing this. And this is one thing that I'm really liking now that it's been actually almost a year.
Yeah.
It's been a year. I can't believe how fast it's been going, man. But it's been a year that how I was listening and hearing that what you wanted to do, you're actually achieving, and I give you 100% props on that, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you were talking about, because at that time you were committing on getting doing all these programs. You're always doing something.
Yeah.
Something.
Can't stay still, man.
if it's always something. If it's not just a singing, you're acting, you're helping out on plays, and all these other things. So now, one thing that struck my mind is that you said you wanted to commit it into your music.
Yeah.
And you're doing it, right?
Yes.
And you finally got an album.
Yes, finally.
Let's talk about your journey just going to get that, because it's not easy, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to start it off, but I will start by saying that I was kind of supposed to release this project last year. But unfortunately, my computer broke down, and I had to that usual technical stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
And I was I want to say 60 to 70% down with the project. So I was just at that moment I wanted to start talking about it, the album and stuff like that. And I was actually talking about it with my friends.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really putting it out there in social media or anything like that. But that happened again, right? And so I had to stop, and I got depressed a little bit, I was still doing a lot of stuff, and I noticed that it wasn't possible to do it that year.
Mm-hmm.
So last year I was just doing a lot of events with ACFA and a lot of other different venues and places and people. So it was just a lot of collaboration with other people. So but at the very end of the year, everything built up, my anger, my depression, my anxiety, the stress, everything built up. So I had to take a leap and take a vacation time. I went down to different places.
It was kind of overwhelming, right?
Yes.
Because you did do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. I remember last year you were doing a lot of things. On the side note, I got to give you props. When I've seen you acting, what was it? The Christmas karaoke.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, man. I was yeah. I loved it, bro. I loved it. You played a good role. I took my girls, and honestly, that was I still talk about it, and I don't know, I probably mentioned it a couple of times on the podcast about that play, because I was actually able to sit down and school my daughters with it, you know what I mean? But either way, I don't want to sidetrack too much, but I got to give you props on that.
And thank you to bring that up, because the reason why I went to I call it a retreat for myself. I went to a retreat, so I think that play was my first play ever. I never really been at an actor or anything like that,
and a headliner.
Yeah, and a headliner.
Yeah.
So I was really blessed. I was really blessed by having that opportunity, and the people that support me and allowed me to have that space and to have that journey into learning how to go about creating a play, and learn how to deal with emotions and stuff like that. It definitely opened up another dimension, if I can say it like that. I just didn't know how to I just didn't know there was a lot of different ways to see a performance, and I theater, I never really thought about it how they like what was the reason behind it, and like the movement of your body and how you convey words with
the
your
body
movement.
language.
Yeah, the body
language plays a big role.
Yeah, so again, I was really blessed by that. But it definitely like you probably noticed it. I cried on that play, and it was real.
Yeah,
It was real. It wasn't like I was acting that part, but in order to like for me to make that happen, I really had to dig in, and it was all thanks to like the people that was like again supporting me, especially like Cristal Gonzalez, who was the director, and Chago, who was the who wrote the play.
Chago's always on something. He's always doing something.
Yeah, dude.
creative.
Like I have to give it up to them because of them, I was able to like go deep into myself and like dig in all these emotions and like put him up to the surface. And because of that, it was new, so I had a lot of anger that I had, and that I had a lot of like still like broken emotions and like trauma that I needed to deal with. So I had to like just leave everybody. I honestly went to
because you could say it kind of hit home a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it did. It definitely did. Yeah,
because I know you've came from a fatherless background, I guess.
Yeah.
If you don't, and so and I know that was pretty deep how they were kind of portraying something like that.
Yeah. So it wasn't until like I had to go through all of that, right?
Yeah.
And then I had to make myself like aware of all these things. But I became really salty. I didn't want to be with anybody. I just had a lot of anger.
Yeah.
And so I noticed that I had to like leave, and I went into like a retreat for myself. And when I say I went to retreat, I actually went out and took a road trip without having any plans. And I just went out, and it helped me a lot. It helped me to grow and to understand a lot of things. And one of the things that I realized was that I need to take care of myself, and also like I have to acknowledge myself and my emotions. And by doing that, I noticed that like I have this thing that I always do, which is music, and I wanted to pay all the attention and all my time and effort, and I kind of like promised that to myself like a year ago before that happened.
Yeah, so, we got that on recording. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, exactly. And so I just want to like keep up my word and like be true to myself. So I talked to a lot of my friends, and I told them like, you know what, like I don't think I'm gonna be supporting with all these other events that are going on. I mean, I can definitely go and show support.
Yeah,
if I'm
you can't
available.
really participate because you're going to be jumping into this now.
Yeah, exactly. So I took all of my time to like organize and like create a strategy about how to go about creating an album, and not only that, but like the marketing strategy, and also like I'm also creating a tour. I'm organizing a tour. So right now I have five places that I will have to go that are locked down. I'm still looking for 3 other places, and I feel like it's gonna keep growing. But right now I have 5 places locked down, and that are part of the tour, and everything's gonna be shown in my Instagram. And yeah, man. I mean, since I want to say January to June, it was all work. But like all work from like organizing events for the tour, talking to the designer about what I want, right? And talking about like, and going out to like the studio and record, and then like, the mixing process, and then the editing process, and then like the mastering process. And so, and everything has been directed by me. I definitely had support from other people like you and like homie that have like, give me their feedback here and there. But I'm directing this, you know what I mean? Like everything was in a sense my idea. Everything is me in 100%. And I want to showcase that, and I definitely want to do it for the youth, because everything that I'm saying in my rhymes in this album is pretty much something that I grew like 3 years ago that unfortunately didn't got the chance to be created until now. You know.
Is there kind of a theme for this, or kind of like you're saying that the music actually has some meaning to it, has meaning to it.
Yes.
And you want to school the youth in a sense. So what's that direction, or?
It's just honestly, point blank, is just like questioning, like to question yourself.
Yeah.
And to question the reality in which you are living. It's just pretty much to question yourself. And sometimes we don't do that. Like we forget about to question why we're working like 5 jobs. We don't question ourselves like, why do we like the things that we like? We don't question ourselves like, why do we feel the ways that we feel? You know what I mean? We don't question anything pretty much. And so it's just that. It's just to question your reality. It's to question the way that you feel. It's to question everything that you can live in. And Meraki it translates to something that you created with a piece of you. let that be literally or figuratively. It can be like your soul, or it can be actually a piece of meat of you, like that you put into this project or to this to whatever you created.
So now let's hit Meraki. That you kind of hit the base on what it is, but how did you? Is that actually a word? Is that a combination word, or does that have a meaning to it? Or
yeah,
what is?
That's a word, and that's the meaning of it. The word is a Greek word.
Oh, it's a Greek word.
Yeah, it's from Greece, and it's called. It says se dice Meraki, and it means that it's something that you created with a piece of you, literally or figuratively, and actually. I didn't come up with that name until like the very middle of like the project, because I honestly how I really wanted to name the project was Truly Yours, because again I go into like introspective about myself and like question a lot of stuff. Not only question, but like I acknowledge a lot of different things that I've seen in my reality, in my neighborhood, in this society. So, but while I was doing that, I noticed that like again these songs were like writing like 2 or 3 years ago. And so at that time, I had a lot of anger. So, and I didn't really like realize it until like I went onto like my retreat, and to like I questioned myself and I acknowledged myself, and not only that, but I also analyze what I feel, right, and the way I feel and the way I think. So it wasn't until that like I noticed like, oh wow, like that Jorge that created all of this had a lot of anger. Right now, I'm in peace with myself. Like I know where a lot of the anger came from. But I noticed that like have a lot of anger, and I'm just expressing a lot, and everything is real to me. So it definitely is a really personal project that like I have a meaning for everything that I say, as a metaphor and literally and figuratively. From the cover of the artwork of the LP.
Yeah. Oh man, and that's you gave us a little taste of it, and I was like, oh man, this is
yeah. And for the people that are interested in it, there's still a chance to go see it. It's on my Instagram, on my highlights. But yeah, I mean everything it has a meaning, and everything has been placed there for a reason. Everything has a purpose on that project.
Is it pretty much going to be hip-hop style? I guess the music part of it, the beats of it and everything, you've created that also? You've done. So you pretty much, this is all you right here.
Exactly.
100% you right here.
100% me.
Okay. The style of music, is it pretty much going to be this is somewhat similar as far as beats and everything? Or did you experiment, or did you...
It's definitely going to be somewhat similar, It's still like the typical boom bap rap, but it definitely has a little different, a different type of sounds, like a little bit more modern, while still having that boom bap feel.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is kind of like, in a sense, dark, but it's still hip hop. And there's a few acoustic songs that I have there too. And the reason why I was really aware of like the type of like beats that I selected. And I select them because, like, of course, I created them. Like, I create the beats, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna choose this one. But I've noticed that are really different from each other. So I have a lot of a cappella there in there too, and skits from people around me that like I just record them straight up. Like they were just talking, and I just like record
just little snippets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because of like, and I put them on the album because of what they were saying. I think it was really powerful. And, we all the time we catch stuff like that, but unfortunately we don't record it, right? So my thing was like just being able to catch those gems and put them into the album. So I have like, I want to say 2 of them. And one of them is my mom talking. And the other one is one of my homies.
Oh, cool, yeah. Cool.
So again, the music is just a straight up boom bap. It's hip hop. It's rap. It's mostly Spanish. I have like 3 verses in English for the first time, but it's mostly Spanish.
Mostly. So, another thing is, last time we were speaking, it was. I think one of the things that you kind of want to represent, and even though you came from Baja, it was. Because you come from Oaxaca, you're Oaxaca. You got, I guess, Oaxaca blood. I don't know how you want to perceive it, but I guess anything. Showing some love to them, or just
exactly. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It does to the point that like I'm Oaxaca and I'm doing this, and that's how it's painted. Like it's how it's showing. Like that a native from the New Savvy Nation from Oaxaca is doing this kind of work. And not only that, but it's doing it independently and in a autonomous way.
Yeah.
So. and that's the way it's showing. On the artwork, all the symbolism that is there is from the Mixtec culture.
Yeah.
And everything that I say on these my rhymes is comes from like a Mixtec migrant from the New Savi nation. So it is 100% like Mixtec and Oaxaca oriented. But I don't like. I feel like it's not like pointed to be like, oh, this is Oaxaca, or like this is what it's like to be New Savi. No, it's like I don't have to go and do that because like I am that. You know what I mean?
For a listener, probably can interpret for whatever for them in a sense. Like you said, you want them to think about, I guess, despierto.
Yeah, despierta.
No trademark. Is to be awake and to be very conscious and stuff. So I don't know what else I can say about this because I know you got to get going. You got some venues.
Yeah.
Straight up props again, man. You're doing what you're saying you're doing. And one of the things, I think that's probably why it got very... it probably got a little bit too exhausting for you, and I truly believe is because you're actually doing stuff. You're a man of your word. You've
I tried
been up for any challenge and everything. You probably have overwhelmed yourself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm very happy to see that you're actually finally saying, okay, I've been. You said 3 years you've already wanted to do something like this.
Yes.
And you haven't, and it's been building up. So finally be able to release that and let the world know what y'all about.
Definitely. And I do gotta mention that like this is, of course, I'm gonna sound like really cheesy, but this is just like the beginning. I have 3 other projects like already like lined up. I gotta say I have one project that is also like it's just me producing the beats, but I'm inviting all these artists to be part of it. So it's going to be like a producer compilation of artists. And then I'm going to do another short EP. I'm trying to do this like really quick, be done like as soon as possible, just because I have everything ready. Like the lyrics are done, like the music is done. I just need to record it. And it's only like seven tracks or 6 tracks. I can't remember right now. And so again, I just need to go and record it. And I think I have the people that support me to go ahead and take care of that. And I have another project with the homie Arturo Espinosa. He goes by Art. And with him, it's going to be the last project. I can't say much about it, but I do got to say that it's going to be...
it's still in the talks, you could say? Or trying to? Or you guys already have a visual, a vision of how you want it?
The vision is there. The work is there. The music is there. We just need to produce it. And when I'm saying with producing it is going over the arrangements of the songs and what the song needs, and going and taking the time to make it into a really professional work, because I think that's where I want to move forward with my music. I don't want to do really music just because of doing music. I want to put the intention into making it as professional as I can get it done with my resources, without having to stress too much about I don't have a studio, stuff like that. I think I have the resources, and that's all I need. It's just like us putting the work and the quality time to actually achieve that, because it's possible.
As far as, because you've been kind of self-teaching yourself in a sense, right? Learning this, and this is a learning process. And I'm pretty sure you get bumped into people that are asking you, how do you do this and how do you do that and all this. Right now that you got the mic, is there any like learning process that way probably people can hear you and like not bump into you and just, I don't want to say bug you or anything like that, but the thing is that because somebody that is doing stuff, a lot of times it's like, hey, can you do this for me? Or, hey, how do you do this? And, hey, like a lot of tapping the shoulders.
Yeah.
And the thing is that right now you're focused on your project.
Yes.
And you are yourself, like you're saying, you're trying to take this into more of a professional, even another level.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in the process of learning, but you're actually doing it too.
Yes.
Is there anything that you can probably give out to any listeners that are trying to get their music going? Because I know that's one of the biggest things here, that there is a lot of people out here that do have music, but it just lands into SoundCloud, and that's about it.
Exactly. And I was there, and I just like, I took the decision that I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be just the person that uploaded in SoundCloud and just that. See, I wanted to have my whatever I'm working with to be an eventful creation. You know what I mean? To be, because the reason why we're doing this is because we want somebody to hear it, or we want somebody to see it, or we want somebody to appreciate the work. So in order for people to really appreciate the work, you need to put in the time and the effort and the energy and the space and the time for that. And if I were to say to share something, an insight is first of all, stop with the excuses. Like, I think, and I'm saying that from my own perspective, from my own experience. I would always put excuses like, like I don't have a studio, or like, like I don't know anybody that can help me with that, or like I don't know how to, like, I a lot of I don't knows, right? But unfortunately, we are in an era in which like information is like at a finger of our like it's at our fingers. Like we can access a fucking phone and like look it up, and we're gonna find somebody that's gonna teach us how to do that. The other thing is to like invest in yourself. Like I see a lot of like other artists investing in like clothing and investing in like other stuff that is just for the show, which is cool, man. Like I appreciate that, right? But like unfortunately, it's not adding to the to your craft. It's not adding to the value of your craft. And what I mean by that is, for example, the artwork that I have, I was really specific on what I wanted, right? But I knew that like the people around me, unfortunately, don't have the level like of the or like achieving what I really wanted it. So I have to go to somebody like in a sense that is an expert, and of course I pay for it. And everything that I have done until right now, I have like put money into it. I haven't buy any clothing since like this January. I don't have to. I have everything that I need to take care of myself. But I don't have to like be investing on like beer or like other substances or like clothing that may make me, they're gonna make me feel like better in a sense. But like
so you're kind of saying like, and I kind of see what you're getting at. It's more like a lot of times, and this is a pattern you see, is what I've seen actually personally, is they get a song, they put it out, and then they invest on the look, I guess, trying to the fit, buying T-shirts and stickers. So the kind of the whole persona, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you're not investing on what the main is the music, right there.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
And
not only that, but also like thinking of long term. Like that's one of the things that I've been like thinking about lately, is thinking about long term, how whatever I'm gonna do today is gonna affect me or like hold me in like about 3 years from now. Especially that, man. I feel like, for example, I was questioned not too long ago that I went to a few events, and I was questioned about like why did I went to these events and I couldn't help out with these other events, right? And I was like, well, and I was just bluntly honest. I was like, the reason why I didn't do that was because I already have the relationship here with Salinas, in a sense, like with the people I have people that believe in me, and I believe in them, and I support them, and they support me. But I want to be able to reach out to other cities and to other towns, and so in order for me to like to have that relationship, like and to create that relationship, I have to go and build with them. And it has to start somewhere. You know
that's
what I mean?
That's a big one right there, building relationships.
Yeah,
I think that is a big thing.
And that's one of the things that I've been doing lately. Like, I just been building relationships. And when I build relationship, it's not like I'm going to keep these relationships with me. But I know that, like, for example, I know somebody that, like, they're looking to create some sort of theater. I know a play grader that can help them out, right? And I can connect people like that. And we can create a network of like people that support each other and that are working towards something better, and to create something bigger and to always
something similar, I guess, in that same kind of
yeah. So
vibe.
That's pretty much one of the things that I've been doing, and like keep growing. And like I don't like to limit myself into thinking that like I'm just hip hop, or like I'm just a rap artist.
Yeah.
I'm open to whatever artwork or like form of artwork I can get my hands into. If I'm interested in it, of course I'm gonna go and try it, because right now I'm all about experience right now. I don't want to deal with like if I like it or not like it. I'm more like have experienced that before, and if it's a no, then I'm gonna go and try it because I want to experience things and I want to learn from other places and from other perspectives. So right now that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm trying to get as much experience and doing whatever I can that is different that I haven't done before, and also creating relationships and also investing in myself while creating a strategy on how that's gonna help me in the long term.
So you really want to know the whole aspect of this whole music industry in a sense, a sense that how it really gets, because it is a mystery. And I've been honestly in conversations saying how do you get away how do you jump from just that simple YouTube, SoundCloud, or Spotify to actually really to the far that you're actually out there going to LA, going to other venues, you know what I mean, and getting booked and doing all these things. It's a mystery to me, honestly.
Yeah, and it's a mystery to me. Like, for example, I can share that, for example, not too long ago I had to, like, I want to say 3 places that I have, like, I would say I thought I had them booked, but like the last minute they changed it on me, like, you know, like, hey, you know, unfortunately we won't be able to have you. And I understand that, you know, like because like nobody knows me right now, right? And so if they know somebody else that is in a sense bigger, you know, that have more followers, or like they're secure to sell more tickets because these others is coming, of course they're gonna put me aside. I mean, I'm not taking anything personal, but I'm aware of where I am. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm not begging. I'm trying to do my best to, and also to present myself as the best way I can, and to be able to showcase my craft in the best way I can. But unfortunately, I won't be able to be seen in a sense until like I put myself out there, and I'm gonna do my best into whatever places they allow me to, because I know other people are watching me, and just like kids are watching us. You know what I mean? Everything that we learned until today, it was because we were looking up to somebody else. Yeah. If the things that I'm interested in was because I was looking up to my brother, so we always have eyes watching, and we always watching somebody else.
Is there anybody that you want to give out props in this? I know you got a list of people that you got.
I do.
A list of people that you know, if you supported, they supported you, but just mainly in this this project, I guess you could say. Meraki. Yeah, man. I don't know if you've been following. If you haven't followed, what's your Instagram?
Jotaeffectus. Everything is Jotaeffectus, man.
Okay, Jotaeffectus. Follow him on Instagram. He gives you that countdown. I actually jumped on it, and I was seriously like been practicing how to Meraki. Yeah.
Hey, look, yours came out pretty dope, man. I really like yours.
Yeah. I you know what? I honestly want to make a T-shirt just at least by myself, just doing that little microfono. Check. Yeah. But anybody you want to give props to this one that kind of influenced you or got you going?
Definitely to my partner Rocio. I'm in a relationship with this woman, and I love her. And
there you go. Do you hear that?
Pero you know, one of the things that like
really cool person, by the way.
Yeah, and I've been really absent from home. Like, you know, I'm gonna have to, like, I'm out and about. You know, for example, I just got out of work. I took a shower, came by. You know, I'm doing this. After this, I have to go back. Grab a taco or two, you know, and bounce to San Jose, you know, have a meeting over there. Then I come back, I have to go to sleep, wake up in the morning, go to work, and tomorrow then I have another meeting, and you know, I'm moving myself. Like, it may not be seen like I'm doing much, but like I'm doing something behind, you know, the scenes. So, and so I haven't really been in home lately. So, dude, it's straight up from fucking from January to like June, I was rarely home. There was like a week and a half that I didn't see my mom at all, and we live in the same house. She was like, you know, like, I haven't seen her like in about 2 weeks, like a week and a half, you know, like, you know, what the fuck is going on? And I know I talked to her and explained what's going on, and where I go and everything, stuff like that. But that's true, dude. Like, that's what it takes. And I know I'm privileged in a way to not have kids right now, and I'm taking advantage of that. Because if I were to have kids right now, it would be a totally different story.
Yeah, it's a really big balance.
Yeah, so I'm aware of that I'm privileged right now, and I'm blessed. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to like my family, you know, for allowing me to like and being understanding that, you know, I'm not home a lot, you know, and sometimes I miss somebody's birthdays, or like sometimes I'm not moving forward what I needed to do, like, you know.
And it looks like you guys are kind of a very tight knit family. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So we try to do our best. So yeah, that's my family, dude. And a lot of that, whatever I say in my album, it comes from them. Like, all my teachings come from my family. So first and foremost to my family, no doubt. And also Salinas Valley Clothing Company. I think I want to give a shout out to him because he was one of the first ones to, like, you know, like, to be really sincere and tell me, like, what do you need, you know, how can I help you? And I just mentioned to him, like, oh, this is what I need. And not only that, like, he had it done, like, by the next following days, you know, like. And I was really surprised by that, you know. And so he's been, you know, there since I met him. The other person I really want to give a shout out is to M7. You know, he's always, again, like that. Like, what do you need? You know, like, how can I help you? Like, if at any given time you need help, just let me know. And I think, the homie Liquid Abyss is gonna be the DJ of the tour. And also the homie Rick Gomez. Rick Gomez is a homie that has a sound system and everything. He has an experience of, like, how to handle shows and everything. He's gonna be taking care of, like, the back end of things while I'm, you know, performing and stuff. Because I'm really technical for my stuff, and I really like quality. I love quality, you know. So, and quality can be achieved only by people that have that same type of ear, or like that, you know, like, in a sense.
I think it's a lot of times it's somebody that won't get offended by any, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, this is what we're achieving, you know. This is where we're going to be pushing it and all that. And as long as you understand that, and because I know a lot of times that's what happens. Sometimes people get offended or they get hurt, and it's like, no, we're receiving, we got this mission. We're gonna do this. You know, I mean, it might get ugly, but at the end, we're all gonna celebrate this whatever it comes out of it and everything. So
yeah. So right now, that's my team right now. You know, the people that, like, I can count on right now. And of course, you know, like, there's a lot of people that I can mention and, like, that taught me a lot of stuff. But, like, right now, like, this is the team that is moving forward with it. You know, like, right now I'm just, like, of course, your son, myself, like, I'm directing everything, right? But, like, I can't do it all alone. You know, like, I need people to support me.
And that's going to be a big test for everybody when you have to rely on somebody.
Exactly.
And you know, I mean, that's why you really do have to get that tight knit team, because it's very hard to, you know, because you have this thing that you work so hard for, and you're relying on somebody to support you in it, and really kind of like saying, okay, I trust you. You go ahead. Take care of my baby.
Definitely, man. But it's I think we believe in each other, and I think that's what the most important thing is, that we believe in each other. I'm trying to do my best, and I'm gonna do my best because of them, you know. And I think that's gonna be reflected on how they do their thing, like, do their, you know.
But I think the biggest key is that you're incorporating other people. You see, a lot of times and I think that is a tip for a listener if they're trying to get their scene going, is sometimes they feel like they're just doing their thing, and then they throw it out there, and then they expect people to give love and support, and all, and then I seen that, you know, at the end, what do they start doing? They start giving middle fingers to screw you guys and screw this, and then it just burns bridges, and then it's like, oh man, we got to stop that type of routine. I honestly,
definitely,
the collaboration, working together, get your team going. You know, you want to get your music out, right? But what I've kind of heard is that you want to bring in, I guess, more people in a sense.
Yeah,
in the future,
definitely.
probably.
Oh, of course,
or
man.
You know, when you have a performance or something, you get out, because I seen that you guys get a group of people.
Yeah. So, which, by the way, I don't have a date for this, but I will definitely announce this. One of the things that I really want to do is that by the end of the tour, I want to create a conference, and kind of like do a presentation, like how I did everything, you know, and showcase to everybody that is interested in how to, like, do something similar, to go into this conference and listen to what I have to say, listen to my experiences, listen to, like, not only my experiences but from the people that I'm working with as well, because they have their perspective. You know what I mean?
You got it, bro.
That's the idea. I just want to put it out in the universe, you know, and to all the people that are listening to this, to be aware of that, because I do want to share everything that I know. There's actually a line that says on my raps, I want to share that, it says that comparto lo que aprendo porque siempre quise obtenerlo. Nunca fui bueno pidiendo, mucho menos aceptando. Me dijeron todo lo que obtengas, búscalo por trabajo. And pretty much what I'm saying there is that if I'm sharing it, it's because there was a day in which I really wanted it, and now that I have it, I want to share it. And also I'm aware that I'm not really good at accepting things because I was told to always work for what I really want. So, and this conference is that, like, being able to, like, forget about, like, I have to work for everything, like, I get that I have to put in work, but I don't have to do everything myself, because I can't do everything myself. Like, there's a lot of things that I can do, and if I put a lot of time into something else, then I'm not putting time into what I really want to do, which is, make music, if I'm just focusing on, like, the organization part of it. But the reason why I wanted to do everything by myself is because I want to have the experience so I can share with somebody else and share with people so they can know how to do it, and so that at least they're going to be more confident to, like, be, okay, I think I can do it because he did it and this is how he did it. And not only that, but, like, he showed me how to do it and this is how the steps
You know what?
are.
Honestly, I think that's a great, not even just the fact that you're just sharing your information, but it really does bring, it's a excuse to kind of bring all these artists and all these people here. Man, I'm always satisfied when I'm finished talking to you, man. And of course, as always, I got to put you on the spot. If you can, if there's any verse or anything that you can spit on, it'll be a nice way to end it.
Yeah, esto es porque puedo, porque también tengo ego, porque muchos me provocan, pero no doy importancia. Que si esto se llama hip hop, que si yo quiero ser rico, que si yo soy underground, no solo otro un revoltijo. Yo solo les digo, retórica en sonidos, ruido organizado, traslado de emociones al teclado. ¿Y qué has pensado? Que tú sentado, tu mierda hablando, de los pasos que he tomado, el miedo reflejado soy tu espejo. El miedo reflejado soy tu espejo. El miedo reflejado soy tu espejo. Me miran mal porque obtengo dinero de esto. Que he cambiado principios por precio. Vaya desprecio. Nunca he buscado tu aprecio. Gracias a aquellos a quienes me hablan derecho. Gracias a quienes no les caigo bien por ser derecho conmigo primero. Voy detrás del camino buscando mi sendero. No, voy hacia el cierre creando mi propio sendero. Dejando atrás mi propio sendero. Apréndelo. Apréndelo.
I had it, man. I had it. I'm taking video of it, but
For sure.
This is Rob G.
Jotaeffectus.
All right. Well, when is your album going to be released?
The album is going to be released on July 14. It's going to be released on YouTube. I'll definitely have the music on Spotify and some other platforms, but I haven't really organized that. But I'll definitely be having some music there, and not only that, but I'm gonna be going on a tour. The name of the tour is called Animas Migrantes. The name of the album is Meraki. It contains 14 tracks. It's a total of 18 tracks, including bonuses and some other stuff like that.
So how are we going to be able to, once the CDs come out? Because the CDs are...
The CD is coming out in July 14th.
On July 14th?
Yeah.
So how can somebody get is it pretty much going to be while you're on tour, you're going to be taking it with you? Or? Exactly.
And for all the people that wanted it, and I can also ship it.
Okay.
But everything is going to be handled by me.
Okay. So you pretty much just shoot a DM on your Instagram or something, probably?
Facebook. My website is up and running today.
Oh, so it was down for a little bit.
No, it wasn't down. But you know how...
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen my website? Right?
No, I haven't seen it lately.
But you have seen
I've been
it, right?
Yeah. It was a nice little simple format, but it was
done into today.
Oh, I got to check it out.
Okay, so you just go check it out.
All right, so Jotaeffectus.com or
exactly Jotaeffectus.com,
and then kind of spell that out that way for some people that don't know.
Jotaeffectus.
See, it's even harder for you.
Yeah.
All right, so we got all that out. All right, we're definitely out, bro.
All right. Peace, y'all. MASA.